I'm a beautiful artist. I hope you're having a beautiful day. May you continue to have a beautiful day. And again, remember that can always change instantly for the better. So, yes, although it can feel like talk is cheap, you have to understand that your words do hold a lot of value. Words can hold so much value, and words are worth so much more. Here's the thing. When it comes to the words that you're saying, what truly matters is how you're using them. What are you saying? And how often are you saying it? And do you mean what you say and say what you mean? Here's the thing. A lot of the times, it's not about what we're saying to others, it's about what we're saying to ourselves. And honestly, it's because of the fact that sometimes we don't fully believe in the words that we're saying to ourselves that makes talk be cheap. You have to mean what you say and say what you mean, but you also got to do it to yourself too. So the constant lack of words or the constant of negative words that you're giving yourself on a daily basis, you have to reevaluate that. You have to sit with yourself, ask yourself, am I truly talking to myself the way I want to be talked to? Because that's another key point here. You can't keep talking negative to yourself, expecting someone to come and talk to you like with the most beautiful words ever. Because again, if you don't mean what you say and say what you mean to yourself, how can you expect that out of someone else? You can't. And at the end of the day, that's how we also gain value into the words that we're saying. Because the minute that you actually get to know yourself wholeheartedly, other people's words don't mean nothing. They don't mean nothing. Even if they have the highest value, they still don't mean anything because they don't come close, nor do they compare to the words that you give yourself. And honestly, a lot of the times, and it's perfectly fine, like it happens to most of us. Most of the time, for example, say it's two people, they're trying to get to the bottom of a situation. However, one is a yeller. They like to yell, they like to raise their voice. Meanwhile, the other person is super calm and is soft spoken. Here's the thing, that is a clash moment because one likes to yell, so they like to project their voice in order to get the other one to understand. However, the other one can't understand because they don't understand why they have to yell to begin with. They don't understand why can't we just both be civil? Why can't we both just be calm and rational about this versus going all over the place? And again, we're human beings. We're not perfect. We all learn differently. We all understand things differently. And you also have to take into consideration that we were all raised differently. So our conditions are all different. However, in the art of getting to know you, you are going to have to break all those things down, all of them. And you're going to start to realize, oh, I said this, but I don't mean that. Or, oh, I said this, however, my actions and reactions don't align to what I just said. And you have to start to ask yourself why. Why is it that I'm saying one thing, but my actions aren't lining up to what I'm saying? It's like if you tell yourself every day that you don't look good, that this is off with your face, that is off with your face, or you could look like this, or you could look like that. Why? Why do you do that to yourself? Because at the end of the days, those words are going to keep replaying in your own head, and they're not coming from someone else. So you're not meaning what you're saying to yourself. So if you are trying to tell yourself that you love yourself, but constantly going back to yourself and saying, hey, but I'm this and I'm that, and I could be this and I could be that, you are defeating the purpose of telling yourself that you love yourself when you are constantly coming back with a negative wording to yourself. It makes no sense. And honestly, yes, it takes some time for you to get to the point where you mean what you say and say what you mean to yourself. But it's these key moments that really make you understand and make you see things differently, because if you don't call yourself out on it, who will? If you don't take a step back and recognize where you are also, where you are making those words lose value, you have to take a step back. You have to realize and you have to recognize where you are losing value to your own words. Again, your words, actions, reactions all need to coexist together. And in order for that to happen, you also need to take a look at yourself and the words that you are using for yourself, to yourself, by yourself. My love, it takes time, and there's nothing wrong with that. That is the beauty of getting to know the art of you. It all seems simple. It all is simple the more that you do it. The more that you break it down, the more that you get to expose yourself and truly be honest with yourself. And don't hate yourself for that. Please don't ever hate yourself for that. You can't hate yourself for not knowing something you did not know. Point blank, period. Start using kind words to yourself, for yourself, and by yourself. All right. I love you guys. See you guys soon. Bye.